Hey, what is going on? Hope everyone had a fantastic week. Welcome to episode 213 of Outside the Chute. I'm your host, Randy Frame. Today, we've got an absolute powerhouse joining us. She's a two-time national champion with the Arizona Wildcats, made it to the Women's College World Series all 4 years of her career, and went on to compete at the pro level with the Akron Racers. Now, she's one of the top high school coaches in the country, building a dominant program and shaping the next generation of elite talent. But what really makes this one special? She keeps it real. No fluff, no holding back, just honest insight, big experiences, and a whole lot of passion for the game. We're talking about the journey, the mindset it takes to win at the highest level, what the game needs more of today, and yeah, she tells it how it is. This week, we have the one and only Sam Banister. Before we get to this wicked episode, though, make sure to drop a comment on the show, give us some sort of rating. Like I say, preferably something good, please. You can follow Sam on Instagram. She's at SamBanister33. We're at Outside the Chute on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. If you have a YouTube account, like I say every week, come on, subscribe to us. We're trying to get to 1,000. Get us up there. Help us out. Anyways, let's get to this awesome episode. This is Outside the Chute, and anything goes.
I got the world in my palm. Lights, camera, action, it's on. I can't describe what I'm feeling. Ain't never felt this freedom. I got the world in my palm. Lights, camera, action, it's on. Ain't never felt this freedom. Could you say that anything goes? Anything goes. Anything goes. Anything goes. Anything goes. Anything goes.
All right, here we go. We are happy to have on with us today University of Arizona Wildcat alum, where she made 4 trips to the Women's College World Series, winning back-to-back national championships in 2006 and 2007. And one of my favorite people to follow on all of social media, because she says how it is. It's the one and only Sam Banister. Sam, thanks so much for coming on the pod.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been really excited for this one, so
Awesome.
Thank you.
Crazy last 24 hours. I mean, we were supposed to do this yesterday, but hey, I'll let it slide this one time. Right?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, trying to get settled, trying to get my life settled back in and not so chaotic. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Not a problem. Not a problem. So what's on the go anyway? I mean, based on what I see in your socials, you seem like you're an extremely busy person, and I mean. We caught up before we start recording, and yeah, it is a whirlwind for you.
So I basically, I stepped down from travel ball this last summer. My boys are getting older, and it was just kind of time for me to step away and watch them grow. I don't know if it's the different years of changing of the different generations, but once you start getting to that recruiting age, it's like all panic mode for families and, kids and what you are and aren't doing for them. And it just was a completely different experience that I had ever had coaching before. And before I let it completely change who I am, I just decided, this is not for me. This is not the area I want to do it in. So I walked away from that. And then I'm super excited because we got our own podcast. Me and Bustos are going to be starting up our own podcast here.
Nice.
In June. And, it's just another way for me to be able to get my hands on a lot more kids. So I've already had a bunch of teams reach out, ask like, hey, what is it going to take for you to come help us run our practices? So basically on the horizon, what I'm trying to do is help bridge the gap between parents, coaches, players, and anybody else in between. Like, how can we help everybody communicate, get on the same page? So it's just like a more enjoyable experience for everyone.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
So,
That's what you want.
No, and honestly, I was just telling somebody this other day, like a lot of problems arise due to lack of communication. And I don't know if it's just social media and all this stuff out there coming from people that maybe haven't played at the highest level. Like Bustos and I were just talking about this. Like there's a lot of false information out there, which makes people panic or makes people think a certain way. And I really just want to help people and help educate people. Like, this was my experience as a softball player myself, playing at the highest level, a travel ball player, a coach in travel ball, a parent. And if I can just, I don't know, if I can help make anything like easier on these families and these kids, you know, that's ultimately kind of what I want to do.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm excited
Definitely.
for the new chapter.
Right on. Good to hear. So do the boys play? Do they play any sports?
Yeah, so my oldest two play football, and my littlest one plays baseball. So we should see. The littlest one, you know, they're always the best.
Oh, yeah,
because they're trying to keep up with their their brothers. So
absolutely, absolutely, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, we have a little something that we start off every podcast with.
Okay.
It's a little fun segment. I call quick pitches. I don't know why I call it quick pitches, but you don't have to answer quickly. It's just, I probably should change the name of it someday, but I just,
I was like, I'm ready. Let's go.
Anyway,
I'm going to answer fast.
These are random questions. So answer them as best you can. All right. First one. I always start off with this one. If you had to live off one meal for a week, which one is it?
Okay. That was like easy. One meal for a week, probably cereal.
Okay. I have never had that answered on here before. That's good. All right. Biggest thing you miss at Arizona?
Being with my softball sisters.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your karaoke skills.
0.
Oh, okay.
So bad. I so bad.
Okay. If you could go back and play one game over again, which one is it?
The game against the University of Arizona, the game against Arizona State, where I hit 2 home runs after they intentionally walked Stacey Chambers to win the game.
That's always so satisfying, isn't it? They intentionally walk somebody. Then you just...
They did it 9 times to me that year because she was leading the country in home runs, and all 9 times I hit a bomb.
No way.
And I was like, damn, they should try to catch you walking even more.
Yeah, as soon as it happens, Stacey's going for, you're like, yes, I'm hitting a bomb.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Next one here. Best walk-up song you used?
Super Hyphy by Keek the Sneak.
What is it?
It's called Super Hyphy by Keek the Sneak. It's a Bay Area song.
Super Hyphy by Keek the Freak. That's
Keek the Sneak.
Oh, Keek the Sneak.
Okay. Keek the Sneak. Although that could have worked too.
Yeah, really. I'm going to have to check that one out. One good reason to get into scrapbooking.
First of all, I don't know if you know, I love scrapbooking.
I do.
I don't know. They're just like the different, like where your brain takes you and the imagination of it all, and just reliving the memories that you created and like putting it all together and like how you remembered it. And just the process of a scrapbook in general, of cutting out the different stickers and getting to relive those moments all over again is just super fun.
Definitely. And you did such a great job of it from what I saw on socials. I mean, fantastic job.
Thank you.
Favorite uniform color combo with the Wildcats?
Obviously got to go with the all white.
Yeah, they're sharp, obviously.
Yeah.
And, actually, I noticed this year, but I don't know why I noticed it this year, that they're still using the stirrups.
I know. That's Arizona staple. You got to do it. It's because Caitlin's the head coach, and she played with me. So
right. That makes sense.
That'll never go away.
No, true. And it looks sharp.
It shouldn't. It looks so good.
Yeah.
And it's so old school.
Yeah, it definitely is. 2 more here. Biggest pet peeve about parents when coaching?
Biggest pet peeve about parents while coaching. They tell you they want their daughter to be where you were, but then doubt you every single decision you make.
Okay. Yeah, that's a... Yeah.
You're the best brain surgeon in the world, but why are you making this cut right there? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Either you trust the process or you don't. You're making it slower for everybody else when you keep stopping me and questioning me and then talking shit.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I couldn't do what you like. Honestly, I coached. Well, I guess it was U8. It was U8, my daughter's team there a couple of years ago, and I was just overwhelmed. And it was only like a little bit. The youngers are almost worse, to be honest, because the parents just don't, unless they've had kids that play, they don't know any better. And it's crazy. Like, sports is the one place where parents that have no business having an opinion on things have the biggest opinions. Yeah. True. And the ones that never played the game and don't understand.
Yeah. And it's just like they just really make it all about themselves and not about the kids. Like, I don't know when that changed, but I don't ever remember hearing any of my parents talking shit about any of my teammates as parents or their coaches or anything. There was none of that. It was just like, can we go to eat after? Can I go hang out with, Jess this weekend? Like, we always all hung out together. There was no like competition amongst families. And I don't know when that changed, but that was like some of my favorite parts about it.
Yeah. It definitely has changed 100%. Last one here. If you could go back and give freshman Sam Banister one piece of advice before stepping on campus, what would it be?
Maybe take the weight room more seriously. Yeah, probably take the weight room more seriously. Like, this is going to sound, I don't even know how to say this, but I just was very naturally physically gifted. And I probably could have been a lot better in my career had I understood what the importance of the weight room was. But I just was always like naturally in shape and naturally gifted. And so I just kind of got through it.
Yeah. And until Coach Candrea told you to go to fat camp.
Until he told me to go to fat camp. And then it was like, oh shit. That was more cardio though. That was the weightlifting.
Oh my God.
Like, okay.
Nothing worse than running, right?
Yeah, like, we're going to give you 3 extra days on the treadmill. Like, what?
No, thank you.
Terrible. No, and I hate conditioning. Like, any of my teammates will tell you, like, what is Sam's least favorite thing? Like, running, conditioning. And I'm going to complain about it the whole time, and you're going to hear about it. I'll get through it, but I hate it.
Oh, yeah. I hear that. All right. Let's get on to your career. Let's go back in time here. Let's tell us how little Sam got her start in the game.
So I'm from a small town called Petaluma, and this is actually one of my mom's favorite stories. Is my dad was a professional rodeo cowboy, so we were at a lot of fairs. Like he did a lot of rodeos and county fairs, and it was the fair in Petaluma. And they took me, I guess there was some throwing contest. I was 3 and I won, I guess, the whole thing. And my mom was like, all right, we got a chance. She's got something here. Cause my mom played Little League baseball. She was an athlete. And from then on, they kind of were like, well, maybe we should kind of see what she does with this. And I ended up being kind of decent at it. My dad sold all of his horses and we started travel softball. It was before 10U and 8U, there was 12U. And I was 8 and I tried out for our local 12 and under team. And I made the team. They took me on as the 13th player. There was only 12, but they took me on as the 13th player. And I played up with those older girls and I just fell in love with it and I just couldn't stop. And then by the time I was a sophomore, I got onto my first really competitive travel team out of the Bay Area called Strike Zone. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just kind of went from there.
Okay. I got to rewind here a second. So your dad was a professional rodeo
cowboy. Yeah, he was a steer wrestler, a bulldogger. So he rode bareback. And then he rode broncs, which is horses, and then he went to steer wrestling. My cousins still do it to this day. They are cowboys, the real life cowboys.
That's amazing. That's crazy.
So I think that's where a lot of my realness comes from. It's just very blunt because I grew up around cowboys. Like, you either have thick skin or I think my dad's, one of his sayings was like, you don't want to play with the big dogs, go back on the porch. So either cowboy up and stop crying and bitching about things or just keep going.
I love it.
All right.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So did you play any other sports growing up?
So my mom played volleyball. Okay. So I played volleyball since I was in 6th grade. I was a 4-time varsity starter for our volleyball team. And I'm so glad that I played volleyball because it was I think it allowed me to like where softball, you make a mistake and you have to have or you don't get on, you have 3 more innings so you get another at bat. Where in volleyball, once a point is scored, the next serve starts in 5 seconds. So it allowed me to have a shorter memory. And it's just there's different types of personalities in each sport, and volleyball players are definitely a different type of personality. And I love them. They're super girly, but they're also badasses. So, I very much enjoyed volleyball. Similar. It's like when you pass, it's like fielding a ground ball. When you hit, it's like throwing. Plus, you get to hit shit as hard as you can at other people. Like, who doesn't like that?
Exactly. Oh man. But so I guess, as now, you coach for a number of years now, like, do you find it important for athletes to play other sports? Because I mean, I find that there's that burnout factor.
Well, it's so funny because everyone, like, I've said this before on my videos, like, I think that kids should be multi-sport athletes. Right now I work for a physical therapist, and his big thing is, when you specialize too early, you don't work your other muscles and joints and whatnot in your body. And there's a lot more injuries that happen because you're only working one side. It's good for your mental game. Like I said, different personalities. You're interacting with a bunch of different types of people. It gives your brain a break from the grind of the game of failure that is softball. But people are just like, well, when do they have the time? And when do they do this? And I'm like, no one said you have to play travel sports, all both sports. But like, I played high school volleyball, and I played travel baseball. 1 year I played fall baseball. I was 2 years, freshman, sophomore year in high school, fall baseball for our local league here. I played travel softball, and I played varsity volleyball. I ended up getting mono because I was just so worn down and tired. But it was, I don't know, it's one of my favorite memories of my childhood because I just never stopped. There was always something to do every night. And it was just something different. Like, I got to be with my boys, like on Saturdays and Sundays if I didn't have a softball tournament. And, boys are different. They just talk shit the whole time to you. But I also liked it because I got to play with my brother, and I got to, I was the only one in the front of the box. I was the only one, like, Jesus Christ. Like, holy cow, I thought I just hit a bomb, and it's only a single. Like, I'm not trying to run 90 feet.
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you about running the bases.
It was brutal. And then they'd always make me catch because all my teammates would forget to wear their cups, and I had to catch. And I'm like, you guys, it was really fun because, you just get to play with boys.
Yeah, right on. That's awesome.
Yeah. But I definitely think kids should do it more. And parents are just like, we don't have the time. And I'm like, well, I guess you just got to be better at scheduling.
Well, like you said, the different muscle groups. I mean, your employee made a great point there, because honestly, you look in today's professional sports, it doesn't matter which sport it is, the amount of injuries that are now happening compared to, back in the 80s and 90s is staggering. And that's because all those other athletes back then were playing different sports. They weren't playing it year round. So that's so true.
Yeah.
So at what age was it that you realized that college could be a real possibility for you?
Honest to God, I remember, I think I was a freshman, and my dad sent me to the Sonoma State softball camp, and I was like, I hope one day I can play here. Like, I'm never going to be good enough. And then I guess, you don't really realize, like, as a kid, maybe parents do, but like my thought process is like, if they were older than me, they were better than me. And then my dad was like, no, you were the best one at the camp. I'm like, what? I didn't think so. And he was like, yeah, you were. So then, they start sending me to Stanford camp and Cal camp and UCLA. And, then the coaches start talking to you, and you're like, oh, like, they're really nice. Like, I like them. And my dad's like, no, they're talking to you because you're good and they want to know about you. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, because I was just naive. Yeah, you're just so young, and softball wasn't where it was now, like where you're watching it on TV. I mean, it was on TV a little bit, but not how it is now, which is awesome. And so I think by my sophomore year, when I went to an Arizona camp, and coach, came over and watched me play and started talking to me separately than everybody else, I was like, oh, like, maybe I could probably do this. That'd be kind of cool. I would like it here in the desert.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, but I didn't even know what Arizona softball was. That's just how much information really wasn't out there. And then, you start going, and they start sending you letters, and you start really kind of researching, and it's like, oh shit, they're really good. Like, they win like all the time. Like I think one class, like 3 of the 4 years, each class for like 10 years won a national championship at Arizona. Like, that's unbelievable.
They're on such a run. Wow.
And I'm like, you think I'm that good? Are you guys sure? Like, okay, but I don't know if I am. So I'd probably like maybe my sophomore year.
Yeah.
I started kind of thinking.
Yeah. So I guess let's go through that recruitment process. Like how many, like by the time it was time to commit, how many schools were focusing in on you?
I don't know. I asked my boss the other day because that was back when you got paper mail.
Right. Yeah.
And she said probably around like 35, 40 different schools are sending me like those, the mail stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do know Oklahoma, Florida State, Florida. I talked to I don't know who the coach was at the time. Stanford, funny story about Stanford. They actually recruited me, and then I sent in my transcripts, and they were like, please pursue other academic options. I'm like, you sent this to me. And then a year goes by, and they send me another one, and I send in my transcripts. They send the same thing. I'm like, bro, you just denied me twice. Like, now I feel even shittier about myself. But okay, like I already knew I wasn't going to Stanford. Okay. But I mean, when it came down to it, like, gosh, I wish I could have remembered this guy. I wish I would have remembered his name. He was from a super small school, and he used to call me because we had, I think it was only 5 phone calls and 3, I don't know, like there was a very strict parameter of how much they could contact you. And he made sure to contact me in those windows. And he just was like, I know I don't have a chance with you, but I just want you to know, and I want you to feel seen and appreciated for your work ethic and for just how you are on the phone with me. And I want you to know, like, at the end of the day, you're going to go somewhere really big. And I want you to know someone who doesn't know you is really proud of you. And it always stuck with me, like, wow, this man that doesn't even know me made it a point to, and it gave me, I don't even know why I'm getting emotional right now. It gave me so much confidence in myself that this guy took time out of his day to call me, to let me know, to tell me something so nice about myself.
Yeah.
So that when these other schools, like when I did talk to Coach Candrea, or, the lady at the time at Florida State, her name was Coach Louie. Like when I was talking to these people, I had this man's voice in the back of my head, like, these schools will be so lucky to have you. And I think it made the whole process just so much more enjoyable for me and such a cooler experience because I had that conversation with him.
I bet.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I wish I could remember his name, but because I wish I could just say thank you to him, because it really did change just how I viewed myself as like a human and as an athlete.
Absolutely. I mean, when you hear like somebody you don't even know and you're getting words of encouragement like that, I mean, God damn, that goes a long way.
And you know what? I have taken what he did, and I've tried to be that person for other people. Like when I see something I like about somebody or something I like about an athlete, I'll make sure to tell them, like, hey, I see you. I see what you represent. And tell him that.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. So why Arizona? What was it that made you commit there? Well, I mean, I know
Coach
why.
Candrea. I loved Coach Candrea. He just... I mean, my mom too, like she just basically said, like, if I'm going to give my daughter to, a university, especially at the highest collegiate level you can play at, there's going to be a lot of temptations. And as you know about me from what you see, like, I'm sure you know that I'm a tornado. And my boyfriend tells me all the time, he's like, dude, you are just like the Tasmanian devil, just like running circles around me. And I'm like, yeah, I am. And like, are you okay with that? He's like, yeah. So basically my mom was just like, I trust that this man is going to teach you how to be, uphold those standards that we have for you as your parents. And we have confidence in you. And I want to win a national championship. And all the girls, all the alumni that you meet at Arizona, we all have very similar personalities. We're all incredibly, competitive, but we also love very fiercely and have big hearts. And I think that comes from Coach. He was a hard ass on us, but he's Italian. He loved hard too. And we were all one big family. So I wanted to go there.
It definitely worked. I mean, especially for your 4 years there, you went to the World Series every year. And of course, won the first two years you got to play. How was the adjustment for you moving away from home for the first time?
Well, I was very sheltered in my life. So you can imagine when I got there, it was like 100 miles an hour.
You're like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, like let's ride, baby. What kind of shit can I get into right now? But it was cool. It was honestly the scheduling part, the laundry part. I told my mom, I'm like, I love you so much, but I wish that you wouldn't have done so much for me, because when I got to college, I really didn't know how to do anything, like, make my own food or do laundry or like time schedule things. And as you get older, thank God we all had to live in the dorms, because I couldn't even imagine like living in a house, having to get from campus, from my house to campus after that. But just like overall life living, thank God we had laundry service for all of our practice gear and stuff, because I would have been probably the grossest fucking person you've ever met, because it was just like, what am I doing? Like, I've never had to think about this before. So,
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I don't know. You just kind of do it. In your other freshmen with you, like there was 2 other freshmen. There's 3 of us in our incoming class, which is unheard of these days. And we just were like, all right, we're going to figure this out together. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, you have to. That's, live and learn, like they say. It's what you gotta do.
And they make it like, these big universities, they make it so they give you as much help as you can get. Like they give you tutors. I mean, I was just talking to Paul, who is my class checker in college, and he's still one of my friends, because I was like, yeah, my class checker, Paul. And my teammates are like, who the hell is a class checker? I'm like, yeah, he like comes into the classes, makes sure I'm there, I wave at him, he like signs it off, and then he goes. And they're like, we've never had that. And so I was talking to Coach. He's like, yeah, the university hired hired Paul for like 3 basketball players, a couple football players, and you. I'm like, oh, shit. Well, you guys definitely made it, so I had to go to class because I was not going.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, my God. That is amazing.
Yeah. So if you're wondering about me and what I was like, that's what I was like.
So how was campus life? Campus life had to be friggin' amazing there.
It was, honestly, it's, the athletes are the professional.
Right.
It's like you get to be a professional athlete before you're a professional athlete, because the athletes are such a big deal there.
Yeah.
And you're in Arizona, so it's warm, everyone's happy.
Yeah.
It's a cool campus, and you're either in a college student or you're old. So it was pretty cool because all the old people like the college kids, and all the college kids like the old people because they were nice to us. Yeah. So it was cool.
That's
I
good.
liked it.
That's good. Yeah. So I mentioned your guys' runs at the World Series there. What's something that I guess people don't understand about what it takes to sustain that level of excellence within that program?
Well, the cool thing with us is we, the softball is still in the Olympics, and a lot of our alumni played for Team USA, which meant that they were still training and living in Tucson. So
all right.
They would come back to, this guy would ride by on his freaking bike with his speaker on. So this guy, basically, so they would come back and they would practice with us during practice every day. And what I thought was a cool thing was they would pass along that information, like little tidbits, like if they're taking double fungo, or like, we had Jenny Finch and Lovey Jung who were, still living in Tucson, that were, on USA or training. So Jenny played first base also, and Lovey was a shortstop. So when I was on third, or that side of the field taking fungo, Lovey would be telling me about footwork, or, how to line up a cut, or different types of things. And then you see this like high caliber athlete, and you're like, and they would set the standard too, like, yo, don't walk on the field. Like, this is how we do things. And the alumni were just so deeply like still connected to the team and still so around us, that we just were like, this is how it's going to be. And this is what you guys are going to maintain. And this is what we've built. And it was just always like, this is how it is. Like when I got there, it was, we are going to win a national championship. It wasn't ever like I won my first ring at the World Series, and I gave it to my best friend after we got it, because I knew we were going to win another one the next next year. Like, I was like, oh yeah, here's my championship ring. And she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, we're going to get another one next year. Like, it was just like a matter of fact thing. And like, you know, they give you like the watches and I'm giving them out to people like I'm fucking Santa Claus. Like, have this, have that, have this miniature plaque. And they're like, what? I'm like, it was just so ingrained in us that this is just the standard and that's how it is. And there you accept nothing less than that.
Oh, that's amazing. Like,
yeah.
That'd be such a, you know, to live that every day and just to be in that situation is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Swing the next evolution of One Piece Fast Pitch Power, the 2026 Easton Ghost Unlimited Fast Pitch Bat. This year's model takes everything hitters loved about the Unlimited and pushes it even further, delivering a hotter, cleaner, and more responsive feel than ever before. With a redesigned double barrel EXT and a fully optimized handle system, the 2026 Ghost Unlimited is engineered to outperform both prior Ghost Unlimited models with more consistent exit speeds and improved overall barrel response. A key upgrade comes from its optimized handle stiffness, engineered individually for each drop and length. Shorter and lighter sizes feature a slightly softer feel for better control, while longer and heavier sizes unlock a stiffer handle that creates a more powerful connected swing. Compared to the previous Unlimited designs, this fine-tuned handle optimization allows hitters to generate more leverage without sacrificing comfort or feel. The improved double-barrel EXT design delivers even more consistent pop from end to end than past Unlimited barrels, while the Sonic Comp Pro composite brings Easton's lowest compression and most durable one-piece construction yet, resulting in higher performance potential than the previous two Unlimited models, paired with that unmistakable Ghost sound. Combined with the Power Boost soft knob and reduced sting across all sizes, the 2026 Ghost Unlimited offers smoothest, hottest one-piece experience the Ghost lineup has ever produced. Get your 2026 Easton Ghost Unlimited Fast Pitch Bat and feel what happens when refined feel and next-level barrel tech come together to create the most advanced Unlimited yet. So out of the two national championships, does one stand out more or do they hit differently for different reasons?
Well, my freshman year, I got injured halfway through the season, so I didn't feel like I was such a big part of winning that first one. My sophomore year obviously stands out more to me too, because, you know, our sophomore year, we had a pitcher that failed out of school. So Taryn actually had to pitch. I think she threw every game except for one game that year.
She was ridiculous.
And it was a total team effort too. Yeah. It wasn't like, you know, well, the beginning of like 2006, we had Alicia Hollowell. She was known as like, you know, one of the greatest pitchers at that time. I think she was up for National Player of the Year, if not won it. I don't know. But like it was very pitcher dominated where like, yes, Taryn did a great job and did her job, but like we offensively and defensively were like the best overall team as well. Like that was the closest team. Like that team roster is still the team that we all still text and go on vacations with and are the closest with.
Yeah. That run in 2007 was ridiculous. I mean, you beat Monica.
It would be Monica.
Monica. And was Danielle playing with Washington in that one? Or was that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah.
So, I mean,
did they make it to the World Series that year?
I'm trying to remember.
But I think Danielle was 1 year younger than me.
Okay. But yeah, either way, I mean, the pitchers you had to go through to get there. So obviously your offense was doing their job. And of course, I mean, Taryn had an amazing 2007 World Series. I mean, it's been talked about. Actually, you're the second Wildcat to be on the podcast. Taryn, I had her on.
Team Money was there first. You know, she's like one of my best friends.
The second year of the podcast. So it would have been 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I had Taryn on the podcast, and I love that. We talked it all out, and it was a great run. I mean, God, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine. You must have partied your ass off, did you? After that?
Hell yeah, we did. Like, and I was underage. She was in my dorm. Like, everyone's like, you gotta come here, and I'm looking because the first year. We won. There's a AAA team and they were playing, I don't know, like in Bricktown, and they're all in the lobby and they're like, come to our rooms. My dad's like, you are not going to a room with these guys. I'm like, why? I don't know. Naive Sam again.
Yeah.
And then sophomore year, they're like, we're at this bar or whatever. I'm like, I'm fucking going. Like, you can't say anything. I am going. And so we went. We're all still in our uniform. I think we have like, I don't know. Let's just say we all did not get a lot of sleep that night, but we had a good time. And it was only us. It was only us. It was only the team. It was only the team's family. So,
Yeah.
It was a cool kind of experience. But then we got back and they were like, and now you get a parade. And also you get to meet the president of the United States. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, this is legit. Like, let's go. So we also got to do that. We got to go meet President Bush Jr. We got to go to the White House, do all that, play a wiffle ball game on the White House lawn.
Did you?
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
And they were like, we're going to have this new group come out and they're going to sing the national anthem. I'm like, these guys suck. They were so bad. And they were like, this is the Jonas Brothers.
Oh my God.
And it's so funny because years later, I'm like, God, they really butchered that national anthem. Like they tried to be so fancy with it. And then they're like, that's the fucking Jonas Brothers. I'm like, who that is.
Oh, that's
so
good. Oh, that's good shit. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I guess, playing on that stage year after year, did the pressure ever feel normal? Or is that something you're constantly managing?
Honestly, I think it's funny because like back before Oregon was Oregon, we would go up to play Oregon and we knew like we were going to smash them and we all played like shit. And it was like, coach always attributed that, like we liked high pressure situations. We always played better. So like when we would go to the World Series, it was just like, that's where we were meant to be. And like, that's where it felt like we were at home and in our element anyways. So like the crowd, all that stuff, like you don't really even like see that. It just is what it is. Like, if anything, like, I don't know, there wasn't so much, it was like pressure on our offense to like put up 15 runs because we didn't have any pitching help that year or the last couple of years,
right? Because
that girl obviously failed out of school. So, I mean, I don't know. Coach always made it practice such an intense situation that by the time the games came, it almost was like slow.
Yeah, that's a good way to have it though. Like obviously, yeah.
No, and I think that's what made us so successful is because he was able to kind of create that. So I don't know. It was always like, oh yeah, like we're back in Oklahoma City. Like, duh, why wouldn't we be here? Like this is like our second home. So
pretty much.
It was never anything crazy to us. Yeah.
Pretty much. So how tough was that last game of your college career?
Man. I will still always remember just like looking around the dugout and keep taking it in. It was like one of those things like, I could not fucking catch a break. I would hit it to like, I forget who I just remember their third baseman was short and their shortstop was tall. And I'd hit a seed down the line and the third baseman would catch it. And then I'd hit one that's supposed to go up, through, and then the shortstop 6'1" and would catch it. And I'm like, God damn, like nothing's gonna fall. And then it's like, you don't want to ever end your career getting run rolled at the World Series. This is my last time wearing this uniform with my best friends. And you just can't even enjoy the full experience of what's happening because you know what's happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I wish it could have gone differently, but
it is.
I had a couple great other years, but nothing's ever gonna. It just you miss the people that you play with. That's what you miss.
Absolutely,
the most.
Definitely, 100%. You definitely do. I mean, you kind of mentioned about soaking it up, but I had a question about a lot of athletes always say they wish they were able to soak their last year, and especially in college. Yeah. Like, were you able to do that like the whole year, or like did you? Or did
yeah. I mean, it's so funny because like I try to tell my girls like now, like even though this is your like oh, it's my first practice or my first game, and it's like you can't think about it like that. But as athletes, like we've played this sport our whole life, and it's coming to an end. Like the AUSL, yes, it's there, but the chances of them actually going on to play there, like so it's, I don't know. It's sad. It's really sad, but you just try to teach them, like, just soak it all in. But in the end of the day, like, when something's ending, it's kind of hard not to be like that.
Oh, definitely. Actually, a question that I never even thought to ask any of my guests before that, played college ball. How how big of a role does the college ball play in preparing you for life after ball? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, once you get out in the real world.
Much.
Yeah.
I didn't play college softball or try to do that because I thought I was going to get, payout at the end of the day. Like all of those lessons learned, all the relationships I got to experience, the different life experiences, the tragedies, the ups, the downs, like where I started as a freshman to where I ended as a senior, just in like life experience and getting more organized and becoming more of an adult, and how I was able to appreciate that side of me and like, I don't know, give myself grace from where I started to where I ended. Like there's so much about just the journey that helps set you up in life. Like I don't get rattled when shit falls apart, if plans fall apart, if my kids get in trouble at school or there's an altercation or, I forgot something like the other day when we had the podcast and I was getting on an airplane, like, had I not, I don't know, normally that would put people into a spiral, like, holy shit. Like, I'm like, okay, he knows what happened. This is what happened. Like, I can only control so much. And like Coach said, like, being a college athlete, you can only control the controllables and the rest is what it's going to be. And you can control your response to that. But I think it's allowed me to appreciate the moments that matter, appreciate the relationships that I have with people that come into my life, either for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And I don't know. It has played such a big role in everything that I do as an adult now and what I teach my own boys that I can never be more thankful for being a D1 athlete, being at the University of Arizona, the people I've met, the family it gave me. Yeah.
Right on. So when you played your last game, was pro ball on the radar at all after college?
No.
No,
I was at a fucking, God, what were those bookstores you used to go to? Like actual
Chapters?
bookstores. I don't even know. I don't know. Some bookstore. And I was into these Suki Stackhouse novels. Like I was like hardcore into it. And I just remember being like, Borders.
Oh, okay.
And I was in there and I get a call and I'm like, that was before like all these like telemarketers called you. So I'm answering everything. And she's like, hi, my name's Joey Arrieta and I'm the owner of the Akron Racers. I'm like, what the fuck is the Akron Racers? And she's like, we're a professional softball team. I'm like, cool. And then she's like, do you want to play? I'm like, yeah. And my roommate, Janae Lelis, had just left to go play for Rockford. I'm like, yeah, I want to go. Like, what am I going to do in Tucson all summer? Like, this sucks. It's hot as hell. And so then I was like, yeah, I want to go. So I called Janae. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to stay at the house this summer. I'm going to Akron. I'll see you in a week. And she was like, legit. So I get on a plane. I walk in. My jersey, like, it's like, they don't even have it ready. Like, I signed my contract inside Firestone Stadium in her office. Hey, I'm Sam Banister. Nice to meet you. Jenny Finch was awesome. She sent me like a box of all this Mizuno stuff because she knew I was a rookie. I didn't have anything. I had like my Arizona stuff. She sent me a whole box of bats, gloves, cleats,
nice.
Everything I could think of. Because I guess that's what she did for, anybody that was played at Arizona that was new to the league. She would kind of like set them up, which just tells you exactly who she is.
Yep.
And my jersey didn't even have my like name placard on the back. It was like some like ghetto like iron on or whatever. And I'm like, whatever. I don't care. I'm playing. I mean, I'm glad that I met the people I did, but honestly, my pro experience was horrendous.
Yeah.
The coach we had was horrible. She never should have been in the pro league. I went from playing, at the University of Arizona, being a professional athlete, pretty much spoiled, to just like it was. Yeah. It almost ruined it for me. But yeah.
Well, I mean, you're going from Coach Candrea to a
volunteer assistant with a complex who's told me, oh, we don't like Arizona softball players. You guys think you're better than everyone. I'm like,
Jesus.
First of all, we don't. Second of all, maybe you could like get a new hairstyle and slim up those shorts a little bit and not be so hateful to everybody because you have terrible style and clearly hate your life. But yeah, it's funny. I played against her this last summer in travel ball.
Oh, did you?
They were like, they shook her hand. I was like, I looked at her. I was like, You almost ruined my career. And I can't even believe that anyone would ever let you around their kids. And she just looked me dead in the eye and I was like, get away from me. Bye.
Wow.
And my ex-husband was like, wow, you've been waiting. You've been holding that in for a while. I'm like, yeah. I wanted to say a lot more stuff, but we had some young kids in our area. But
Yeah. Hold it in. Hold it in.
Yeah. That's so mature. Look at me. I'm really growing up. I'm
Yeah,
getting more
exactly.
mature with my old age.
Yeah. Younger Sam would have headed out.
Yeah, younger Sam would have probably said a lot of choice words that couldn't be taken back. So I'm glad I didn't.
Oh my. So when did coaching come on your radar for you as far as, when you were done playing, when you were done officially retired, was it a couple of years or was it?
Yeah. So when I came back, I did the whole, hey, I'm having a full out identity crisis. I don't know who I am. Now that I'm not playing softball. I'm from a small town. So I have 25 first cousins that live in town too. And my cousins were dating and getting married to cops. I met this guy, and in order to basically, we ended up getting married. I ended up divorcing him once I realized, I didn't really want to get married anyways. And then in order to kind of find a way to make money, because he was the breadwinner, I started giving lessons. And then the lessons kind of turned into me hearing these stories about these girls. God, these guy coaches are just dickheads to these kids. And they just scream and yell and berate. And I'm like, you know what? They're like, will you please just coach our team? I'm like, how? I don't have childcare. I don't know how this is going to happen. And they were like, we will watch your kid for you. I'm like, okay. So I go on, this team hires me to coach their team in the summer. They watch my 2-year-old who I'm bringing with me. And I ended up being like, oh yeah, this is definitely my calling. I really like this. I like the interactions. I like the relationships with the girls, just to be able to be a female and give back and just kind of show them on that end what that looks like. And then I ended up just starting my own program. As I'm sure you could tell, I don't really like people telling me what to do.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to what I know and how successful I was at what I know. So it kind of just started from there. And then I got with, Mo Mercado played at Arizona, and her dad runs Athletics Mercado down in SoCal. And I called him up and I was like, yo, we need a better name. We need to get on better fields. And he was like, hell yeah, anything you want. We love you, Sam. We would love for you to rep us. And it just kind of snowballed from there. And
right on. Right. So I guess, moving forward, what's in store?
So coaching, so I have teams that have hired me or that are hiring me. So I'm going to Tennessee this summer. I have a lady, her name's Christina. She's going to be running this Warriors retreat. Basically, it's a 3-day camp for girls. It's all inclusive, everything Bible study, yoga. There's a Marine drill sergeant that's coming through to put them through that. I'm running my glove fundy. It's all softball, everything. So I'm a part of a couple of those across the country, but more running practices for teams and helping those coaches come up with different practice plans, or helping educate the parents, know the coaching staff that you have actually does know what they're talking about, and you can chill out a little bit. But just kind of I'm a freelance little roamer. And then me and Bustos are we film our pilot podcast in Riverside. I think I leave June 1st from Florida, and I get there, and I think we're going to Zoom into June. That's what we're doing. We're going to Zoom into June, and we're doing a studio podcast or studio episode. And then we're trying to get at Zoom into June at the fields for live sets. And that's
sick.
kind of what
that's amazing.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do is if we can get in front of people at these travel ball games, as well as maybe Oklahoma City when the World Series is on, the Mary Nutter, and just get in front of as many people as we can.
Yes.
And interact with the crowd, bring them up on stage, or the college coaches. We have 2 different sets. We have the me and Bustos set, and then we have the set where the college coaches come, they stop in, and it's a, hey, how you doing? Let's have a chat type thing, so that people can kind of hear it from all angles, and just, like I said, help educate everybody. So
that's amazing.
So that's what's on tap for us.
Awesome.
In the future, and I'm excited.
Awesome. That's awesome. So do you and Bustos have a name for the pod yet?
Oh, that's what we're waiting on. We're like, we can't, and neither of us can decide. I think we're going to go with Banny and Boo. Because that's what people call me, Banny, and for Banister and Boo, Bustos. Yeah. Just like real talk.
Oh,
no bullshit,
man.
Something like that. But we can't, I'm not creative at all like that. And she's an artist, but she's in the middle of season right now. So I'm like, whenever you can. So yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait to listen because I know, obviously I know your personality and I mean, Bustos, I like follow her as well. And I mean, man, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait to hear.
We're very similar with different approaches. And I think it'll be, I mean, how do you really deny a 2-time gold medalist, holds every offensive category in the Olympics? Like, can't really, whatever she's going to say. And she's old school too, and we both don't have kids that play, and it's coming straight from athletes. Like, there's no parent aspect of it. So I can't really deny what we're saying, I
love that social media post that you did when you said about, the interview for you and Bustos, and you went first and gave your credentials and then she went.
So I'm like, oh shit, really? And she's like, yeah, people think I have the tattoo 27 because her and Jenny are best friends. She's like, it's because I played every game of 27 games in the Olympics. I'm like, Jesus, God, I knew you were good. I did not know you were that good.
Yes.
Damn, girl.
Yeah. Record for home run. She has so many records. It's crazy.
Oh no, USA used to come and practice on our field in Arizona. And like one day, I think I got in trouble. So I do like garbage pickup or something at the stadium. And so I'm like sitting there and I'm like, oh my, they're taking BP. And I'm like, holy shit, she's just parking balls on the opposite field on top of like the giant brick building. I'm like, golly, like that should be illegal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my. All right. Well, I have a segment that I like to end every podcast with.
Okay.
It's called Player Association. I'm going to throw out some names. I'm going to throw out some names to you.
Okay.
If you have a story about them, let it fly.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And like I said, no holds barred here.
Okay.
First one I have is Lainey Roth.
My bird, one of my very best friends in college, was my road roommate my freshman year, and still so very special to me. I actually just went and visited her in Arizona after her dad passed a couple years ago, and just talked to her on the phone like a month ago. She's so very special to me. One of my most favorite humans in the world.
Nice. Jenny Finch.
Jenny, what a great role model she is just for everybody. Like literally the nicest human being, the prettiest, kindest, just overall, just everything that a parent could hope for in a daughter. And just like what a great ambassador for our sport.
Definitely. That's like, honestly, there's seriously, I don't think there's a bigger name in the game than Jenny Finch.
No,
like realistically.
No, it's funny. We had funny story though. I had a girl. I lived in South Florida, so we have people from all different countries. Mm-hmm. We had a 6'1" left-handed Jamaican.
Wow.
Pitcher. And she was young, so I asked her to come pitch for me on my travel team, on my 16 Seymour in Colorado. And I have my one of my former players. She's coaching with me, and she's like, "Okay, Jenny Finch, like I see you right there." And she's like, Coach Sam, who's Jenny Finch? And I'm like, okay, Jenny, because she was also wearing number 27. And I'm like, okay, Jenny. And she's like, who's Jenny Finch? So she's like, Coach Sam, I went and I looked her up. Like, she's really good. I'm like, you know what the best part about this is? Like, you could not be more opposite of like you're a tall, left-handed, black pitcher. Yeah. And Jenny is a 6'1" right-handed white pitcher. So we call her Jenny Finch. So I text Jenny. I'm like, Jenny, this is funny, this story that I'm telling her. So Jenny's like, immediately gets my address and sends me a box of all this stuff, like Jenny Finch shirts and tumblers and pictures and, just anything you could think of. And I was just like, that is Jenny Finch.
Such a great ambassador.
It's so funny, but and just like, even for the next, like this 14-year-old girl from Jamaica that didn't even know who she was, now knows who she is. And it's forever going to pass on who Jenny is just because who Jenny is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Christy Fox.
Oh, my Foxy, one of the best to ever do it. Honestly, the ultimate that taught me how to be a leader. Everyone always used to get her and I confused because apparently we looked alike. But I really respected who she was. She always was true to who she is as a human and as a competitor. Probably one of the most competitive people I've ever met. Her senior year, she got screwed out of being an All-American, and she was just like, fuck it. And went off, hit 800, and I'll never forget. I forget who we played our first game in 2007, and we were going into I think it was extras again.
Baylor.
And coach was it Baylor?
I just posted a video today of the home run.
Was it Baylor? Yeah. So right before that, Coach Candrea comes up to us, and he never had offensive meetings ever with us. And he goes, so we all get our helmets on. He goes, all right, nobody touch anybody if they hit a home run. I want you guys as far away as you can be. And we're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, no one's even fucking gotten a hit this game. Like, what are you talking about? Sure enough, Foxy comes up. And one of the funny things about Fox is she would sweat. And we're in Oklahoma City, so she'd sweat. And she's like, God damn, my hands are sweating. And like, there's like the dirt, it's like mud. And she's like, I'm afraid the bat's going to fly out of my hand, all this stuff. And sure enough, she hits that bomb. And we all look at Coach and we're like, oh shit, you called him right there. That's legit. And it was awesome because it was like, you know what? That's what a real competitor looks like. She got screwed out of it. And instead of going and pouting, she was one of the biggest reasons we won our national championship.
Not only that pitch was up and out. If you go back and look at the swing, look at the video I posted today. She almost stepped on the plate to get that ball.
I know. Fox could hit anything. She was one of the greatest offensive threats I've ever seen as a teammate. But yeah, it was crazy. We were like, oh shit. But I mean, she helped our team win a national championship in spite of the fact she wasn't an All-American. Right. Like, I mean, come on. That's incredible.
Yes, those are the type of players you want on your team, right? Those
are the type of players that should be in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
2 more here. Actually, no, sorry, 3 more.
There you go. Go. I got you.
Crystl Bustos.
My boo-boo. We call her Uncle Boo. When I met her in Pro Ball, she has this blue Toyota Tacoma on hydraulics.
No
and
way.
It's when she had her shirt that says "Got Bustos," like got milk. And she's giving them all to us. And she's coming up in her fucking blue truck. She's just bouncing on these hydraulics. I'm like, first of all, I'm in Akron, Ohio. Everyone here has a fucking mullet. Everyone drives a lawnmower to the games. And now I got Uncle Boo as my teammate with her blue Toyota on hydraulics. Like, what Twilight Zone did I just fucking step into?
That's amazing.
It was legit, though. And now here I am doing a podcast with her. That's crazy.
That's awesome. That is amazing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
2 more. Janae Lelis.
Oh, Nene. Me and her were roommates forever. When she was my best friend in college. Now she runs Firecrackers Lelis. You know, everyone always made fun of us because we could not have been more opposite. Like, she liked dark colors, dark hair, never smiled, was just her. And I'm just like, like, here I am. I love you so much and I want to give you attention. And I love touching, physical affection. And it was funny that one of my favorite pictures of me and Janae in the newspaper, I think it was like the Tucson, I don't know. And it's just me, like, we won. And I'm just fucking hugging her. And my face is like 3 centimeters from her face. And she just like could not be more uncomfortable, like arms straight down, eyes closed, like, oh God. And I'm like, I love you, fuck yeah, we just did this. And it's like, that could not have summed up more of me and Janae and our friendship. And we were roommates like for 3 years. Like, we could not have been more opposite, but I think that's what made us such good best friends. Cause I would tell her I loved her all the time, and she would tell me to shut up. So it was good.
I laughed at the post that one of your scrapbooking ones, your Halloween, your Reno 911, where you were dressed as Reno 911.
Officer Dangle.
Yeah.
Officer Dangle.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Her mom was like, oh, yeah, you guys are going to get a ring. And we're like, what are you talking about? She's like, because. And we're like, Diana, we're not lesbians. We're not dating. We're best friends. And like, that was like always the thing was like, okay, when are you and Sam going to get together? We're like, we're not getting married. This is my best friend.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
Oh, it's so funny.
Last but certainly not least, Coach Mike Candrea.
Oh, greatest person, changed my life. It's funny. I just, we went to go watch one of my players play at FAU. She plays for Kansas. And so my mom and I and dad go out to lunch after, and I get a call from one of my players in California who I haven't talked to in forever, but that's just how they go. They'll call me randomly, Coach Sam, like whatever. So she calls me and she goes, guess who I'm with? And she sends me a picture of Coach. So I FaceTime her. I'm like, go walk down there and get his ass on this FaceTime right now. So she's walking through because Stanford just opened their new stadium. So Arizona's playing. And so she walks down there, and it was always a joke. Like, we were never allowed to have any piercings besides in our ears. We were never allowed to have any colored hair dye in our hair. That was just the rules for, no visible tattoos. That was just how Coach's rules were. And that was fine. Unless, you're Polynesian, that was part of your culture, whatever. Like, He liked a certain style. So sure enough, I get on, and this fucking guy goes, what's that in your nose? That's the first thing he said. I'm like, hey, Coach. He's like, what's that in your nose? And I start laughing. I'm like, are you serious? He just goes, and he's just laughing. He thinks he's so funny. And I'm like, wow, never going to change. He goes, never going to change, Sammy. I love you. And I'm like, I love you. Like, he's my second dad. He's my first softball day. He's so special to me, so special to everybody. And what he's done for this sport and the bonds and the relationships that he's created by giving all of us Arizona alumni each other, like, I can't even, he's the greatest there ever was to ever do it. And I will stand by that forever. Just as a coach and as a human, he had a way of just making you feel like you were the most important person, and you had, to him at that time or whatever, he just always made you feel like the best version of yourself, always.
That's awesome. What a perfect way to end this podcast. Listen, Sam, thank you so much for taking time out of your crazy hectic schedule, which I know it is. And, finally we got to do it. Was a day late, but hey, we finally got to do it. But no, this has been awesome. And thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you so much for having me and working with me. I appreciate it. I had the best time. Thanks for letting me relive some of the best moments of my life.
Absolutely.
Truly.
Absolutely. I can't wait for the pod either. So anybody's listening, you got to tune into this pod when it drops, follow all their socials, do what you can. So yeah, can't wait to listen to you and Boost.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Sam.
We outside the shoot. Yo. Come on, yo, we outside the shoot where the stories ignite. Fast pitch vibes under stadium lights. From the East Coast swing to the West Coast truth. We talk legends, rookies, and the wisdom of youth. Mic check 1, 2. Welcome to the zone where the podcast pops like a bat off the dome. Framer and Hopi, yeah, they keep it legit. Dropping knowledge every week, never missing a hit. From East Hands to Cali, they repping the sport. With guests who bring heat like a fastball court. Coaches, players, and fans in the mix. Talking hustle hard and championship tricks. Outside the shoot, where the stories unfold. Diamonds and dreams, silver and gold. Every pitch, every play, every tale they salute. We living that life outside the shoot. Outside the shoot, where the stories unfold. Diamonds and dreams, silver and gold. Every pitch, every play, every tale they salute. We living that life outside the shoot. It's more than a game, it's a culture of vibe. Where the grind meets glory and the spirits collide. They break it all down from the gear to the grind. With laughs, real talk, and a powerful mind. You want insight? They got it on lock. From the dugout drama to the post-game shock. It's softball soul with a podcast beat. Where the field meets the mic, now that's elite. So if you love the game, this the place to be. Tune in, turn up, let the stories run free. Outside the shoot, yeah, they changing the game. One episode at a time, building that fame. Outside the shoot, where the stories unfold. Diamonds and dreams, silver and gold. Every pitch, every play, every tale they salute. We living that life outside the shoot. Outside the shoot, where the stories unfold. Diamonds and dreams, silver and gold. Every pitch, every play, every